Hey everybody, welcome back to Valentine TV. Today's reaction is coming from The Truth Is. You can find on YouTube. Y'all know how I love The Truth Is. So they're talking about Rock Nation, Nicki Minaj. What's really going on? You know what they say what's really going on, okay? So I want to know what they think. I love to see what's in the mind, what they're talking about, what they're doing. So we just gonna go ahead and get started, okay? All right, here we go, y'all. Please, as you come in, y'all, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I am growing, trying to grow. And I appreciate it more than you know. All right, here we go, y'all.
Many people in the industry have turned their backs on them, shattering the illusion Jay-Z and Desiree Perez once had of being a positive force in hip-hop. The general public started seeing the cracks in their wholesome image when Tory Lanez started exposing them. He seemed to insinuate that Rock Nation was the true puppet masters behind his arrest. Tory isn't the only person who has been calling out Rock Nation either. Recently, Academics has been outspoken on his issues of Rock Nation, which I recently covered in this video, which you can find the link to in the description, exposing them for being industry bullies who use questionable tactics to eliminate anyone who doesn't follow their agenda. Even the streamer Aiden Ross claims Rock Nation is after him for taking Tory's side. While all of these people have been forced to stand up to Rock Nation, they still tread carefully. Everyone except for Nicki Minaj though, who claims Rock Nation is not only trying to destroy her career, but now she also claims they might somehow be behind the death of soul singer D'Angelo. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about Nicki Minaj exposing Rock Nation. But before we begin, I just wanted to let my Patreon members know that I will be dropping a new Patreon exclusive in the next few days. This exclusive video is about a Mason who got caught trying to meet with someone on the younger side. I wanted to post this video here on YouTube, but last time I posted a video like this on here, I ended up getting a strike for no reason. So if you're one of my members, make sure you're on the lookout for that video. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Join the truth movement and help me spread the truth. For $3 a month, not only will you be further supporting the channel, but you would also get access to over 50 exclusive Patreon videos that are not available here on YouTube. If you would like to join, you can find the link in the description or in the comment section. I want to thank you all. Now, let's get right into it. Right now, we are living in some very interesting times. So much is being revealed that it's almost becoming impossible for people to stay asleep. In the past few years alone, Diddy was exposed, Vince McMahon was exposed, Drake was exposed, plus many other industry elites were exposed. But right now, we are seeing Rock Nation in the hot seat. For years, they have tried to hide their evils, but they can't hide any longer because God designed the world so that the truth will always come out, so wickedness can't hide forever. All that is done in the dark is eventually unveiled when it's brought into the light, and that is exactly what's happening with Rock Nation right as we speak. Their sins are coming to the light, and they're being exposed for what they really are. Industry gatekeeping bullies, whether it be using their legal connections to get people thrown in prison for crimes that
Yeah, and then putting an order out, allegedly, this is allegedly, to have them shanked, you know, and trying to take them out while they in there, okay? Just because you don't like what they said, or that you don't want your artist to look bad, or something like that, something petty. It's gotta be. It ain't like if he knew something on you, I'm sure that he would have been told it by now. So I don't know why y'all want him in jail like that. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, it don't hurt to, if he was to get out and everybody find out no, he didn't. That was just glass, right? It's just glass in there. That's all it was. And then, you know, and everybody go on, and she be like, "Oh, I thought it was that. I thought it was," or unless she trying to keep her friend from going. That's the only thing I can think of, y'all. Cause I don't know. This is just
did not commit, or using their lawyers to silence media personalities, or even trying to have their own children institutionalized to separate them from their significant
That's
others.
crazy.
Or, like in the case of Nicki Minaj, blackballing artists because they refuse to sign to their label. Rock Nation is continuously proving they are the industry bullies everyone is accused.
Man, they are the industry bullies. That's why he said, shoot, I ain't never been his friend. Talking about Diddy. I ain't never been his, we ain't never been friends. He threw Diddy under the bus like, they was like, we don't, we just business. That's it. We ain't friends. I run into him every now and then. That's it. And then with Nicki, how you gonna blackball Nicki Minaj for what? Just pay her money. All she wanted some money. That's it. If you owe her money, give it. And then y'all bullies, and she trying to lock her own daughter up in a conservatorship. I'm like, man, these three, cause she married to a man, a black man, and ain't got it. She think ain't got enough, ain't got her kind of money. Man, that's crazy. Instead of wanting your daughter to be happy, that's a shame.
Accusing them of being. This is what Nicki Minaj has been saying for the last few months about Rock Nation. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say I have ever agreed with anything Nicki has said or done in the past, but what she is saying about Rock Nation is hard to deny when you realize many others are saying the same thing. For example, Tory Lanez claimed Rock Nation came after him after he refused to sign with them after his record deal ended. Not long after this, Megan blames Tory for shooting her, and Megan is a Rock Nation artist. Rock Nation then does everything in their power to make sure Tory is found guilty.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj claims that refusing to sign with Rock Nation is part of what started her beef with them, claiming that sometime back, they tried to sign her when her contract with Young Money came to an end, but she claims she refused the offer. She
didn't want to be with. She didn't want to be Rock Nation. Everybody, y'all want everybody's royalties and stuff like that. Just let the people go, Lord. You sing Jay-Z, you got Beyonce, sign her up on there. Y'all be a family. What you call it? Y'all have a family record company.
also claims that Rock Nation scammed her with the title deal they had. See, when Jay-Z was initially launching Tidal, Nicki was offered an investment opportunity to join the team. She invested money into the company and promoted it to her millions of loyal fans. Sometime after launching Tidal, Jay-Z ended up selling it to Jack Dorsey for around $300 million. Nicki was then paid $1 to $2 million, but she claims that she was owed much more.
Jay-Z got $300 million and gave Nicki $1 or $2 million. I'd be mad too, girl. But also seen Madonna standing up in there. I just heard it through the grapevine. Madonna, watch out. Just watch yourself. Tread lightly. That's just something I heard.
More money than that. She then claims that because of this, Rock Nation launched a blackballing campaign against her, doing everything in their power to destroy her career. Back in June 2025, Nicki Minaj publicly blamed Rock Nation for running a smear campaign against her. She claimed that they were shadow banning her and paying the media to spread misinformation about her. Nicki also called out Megan Thee Stallion, mocking her for trying to get a lawsuit dropped against her for an alleged essay she did to her cameraman. What Nicki was referring to was a lawsuit that was filed against Megan back in.
Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? And nothing. I haven't heard anything about that. I'll bet they paid them off. I ain't gonna bet no money. I don't bet, but they paid them off allegedly.
2024 by her cameraman Emilio Garcia, who sued her, alleging harassment, a hostile work environment, and unpaid wages stemming from an incident that allegedly occurred back in June 2022. Garcia alleged that Meg started being intimate with another woman in front of him inside of a car. He claimed that Megan then forced him to watch, threatened him about speaking out about it, and ended up firing him and didn't pay him for his services. This led to Garcia suing her, and then Megan tried to get the lawsuit thrown out of court, but the judge refused and allowed the lawsuit to proceed. When the judge rejected Megan's filing to dismiss, Nicki took the opportunity to mock her about it, tweeting in July 2025 about Desiree Perez and Jay-Z failing to stop the lawsuit. Nicki also tweeted out exposing Desiree Perez, the CEO of Roc Nation, for trying to institutionalize her own daughter. I made a video breaking this situation.
I know that surprise witness made a video and about, did the interview with the daughter, the whole 9 yards, all of this. It was exclusive. I don't know how many hours. Don't you know they took that? They somehow reach up in there and just like they grabbed the interview and just it no longer was there. So that surprise witness, BJ kept fighting or whatever. Then it comes back up. You know what I'm saying? But a while. Somebody else had already played it, and not BJ's, but somewhere else. I don't know, y'all. The point of the matter is they took the darn interview from that surprise witness. Man, it's a trip.
Situation down a few months back. If you haven't seen that video, you'll find the link to it in the description. According to Nicki, the more she called out Roc Nation, the more they attacked her behind the scenes, ruining her career and destroying her reputation. This got so bad that it recently boiled over this month in October, when Nicki took to Twitter to expose Roc Nation once again, this time accusing them of the unthinkable. Nicki went on her Twitter rant where she accused Desiree Perez of begging her to sign a touring deal with Live Nation, which owns part of Roc Nation. But the most disturbing thing she said had to be when she alleged Roc Nation was somehow behind the death of artist D'Angelo.
Y'all, if you are over here watching me, right? Tonight at 8:30, I will be watching the Paperwork Party where they're breaking it down about D'Angelo and stuff that's going on. If y'all want to come over to the Paperwork Party and watch it at 8:30, that's where I'll be. I just thought I'd throw that up in there. But yeah, some ain't right about this. Some just ain't right, okay?
She even went on to claim that she canceled her upcoming album due to Roc Nation. She started her Twitter rant by saying, "Anytime Roc Nation is in the news for something they don't want you to know about, a few things will happen. 1. Will Smith will appear. 2. A famous person is announced dead. 3. Their allies will begin to post and say nasty things about the Queen. And 4. Lay Z will pop up looking dumb." As you can see, this is an alarming allegation. As she mentioned, when Roc Nation wants to distract the masses, a famous person will be announced dead. Now
that's messed up because I don't remember seeing Will Smith anywhere. And then we know about D'Angelo. And then Jay-Z showed up looking crazy like he just does. Oh, them two go together, I think.
media outlets are reporting that she was referring to D'Angelo, who recently passed away from cancer. If we look at this tweet, Nicki is essentially claiming that Roc Nation is somehow behind his death, referring to his death as being used to sway headlines, basically accusing Roc Nation of sacrificing D'Angelo. This was extremely interesting to me. Knowing that industry sacrifices take place makes it seem like Nicki was trying to accuse Roc Nation of doing this to D'Angelo. This is the reason I wanted to make this video in the first place, because D'Angelo's death was rather suspicious to me. Not because they claim he died of cancer, as people die from cancer all the time, but because of who he was connected to. See, D'Angelo was once in a relationship with another artist who recently died, Angie Stone. Angie Stone died earlier this year in a horrific accident. Now again, I understand people die all the time, but Angie Stone's death was seen as suspicious since day one. She died just months after she began calling out Universal Music Group for robbing her of millions of dollars.
Y'all know when she did this, I was one of the people that was in there watching. I was watching it. Yeah.
She claims that after she found out UMG was robbing her, she confronted them and they refused to make it right. She then claims that because of this, UMG started to come after her. In December 2024, just months before she died, she made a video claiming that UMG was behind her contracting a blood infection that almost killed her. She also claimed that she wasn't going to quit until she got her money from UMG.
Ever was very, very, very particular in targeting me. But anyway, I was rushed to the hospital because I wasn't breathing so well. Came to find out, I had what was a bacterial blood infection that I had gotten when they stuck me with the needle. It had went into my bloodstream and caused a staph infection of the blood. Now, I didn't have a clue that there was a blood infection until they rushed me into ICU. I went into ICU and I went to use the restroom and I passed out in the restroom. My oxygen went all the way down and rendered me basically unconscious. When I came back to, the nurses began to tell me that I was screaming for Jesus because when I went down.
That's the name.
Sorry. I didn't know that, I didn't know what was happening. All I know is it was all of a sudden. And I began to praise God and call on his name because I knew biblically that if I was transitioning, I needed to be calling on Jesus. And I needed to be calling him by his name, so I began to scream his name. When they brought me to us, when they told me I was lucky to be alive because I was on the floor. And, sorry. I knew it was an attack. I knew it was a spiritual attack on me. However, I was treated and God healed me. He cleared up. After 2 weeks, solid. They cleared up the blood infection.
Straight up.
But meanwhile, back at the ranch, as I was coming through all of this, I soon found out that one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, it's the second part of the ugly truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements and things that of that nature.
Andrew tough. Andrew Stone is tough, mama. She was a tough cookie. You hear me? She said, I'm coming. I want my royalty. I want what's owed to me. I could have retired 20 years ago.
Only to find out a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanical, they have all pretty much been stolen. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. You only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me. Money that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're gonna have to give up my coins.
After this video,
one way or the other. And those darn thieves chose the other. Okay? It don't make no sense. They're just greedy. Just anyway. That's all I'm gonna say.
things didn't seem to go well for Angie Stone, as just a couple of months later, she died in a horrific car accident that many felt was extremely suspicious. Naturally, people blamed the record label for
she ain't died in no darn car. There was a stage accident. There was a stage. It was all staged, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. If she would have got hit with a freaking 518-wheeler, she would have been crushed all up. And I know everybody saw that somebody had went there and we got to see her in the casket and nothing, she didn't know 18-wheeler hit. That's the point I'm trying to make. So she was either poisoned, ain't no telling what. Okay, but it wasn't no 18-wheeler.
her mysterious accident. As many know that record labels are known for their shady tactics, like silencing anyone they have a problem with. So in my opinion, it isn't far-fetched to think a powerful record label would be behind the death of an artist they had an issue with. I mean, look at what they did to Michael Jackson. But how does this connect back to Roc Nation and D'Angelo's death? Like I said earlier, Angie Stone was in a relationship with D'Angelo in the 90s. They even had a son together. It's believed by many that UMG had something to do with Angie's death. And it just so happens that UMG is the same record label that Roc Nation is under. UMG basically owns Roc Nation alongside of Jay-Z and Live Nation. It seems that Nicki is low-key claiming Roc Nation was behind D'Angelo's death. Roc Nation is owned by UMG, the same company who people think was behind Angie Stone's death. This makes me think that what happened to D'Angelo could have been connected to all of this. This wasn't the only thing Nicki exposed. She also tweeted, "There's another man who will pop out, but I won't say his name. In the school of recognizing patterns, the students must not be given all the answers, but instead they must sharpen their critical thinking skills and free their mind of clutter. Only then will they find it. But they need not search. They need only to be still. There's no race, only peace." Nicki then continued by tweeting, "I have evidence that this was given to a business manager who never told me. My lawyers and business managers owed and you are aware aware. Let's see if they'll speak up, or if I have to call them out by name. That same business manager stole from me many times. Then, he was accused of killing a woman and leaving her in a hotel room. Not sure of the outcome of that case though. Believe they later said she died of substance abuse after he left the hotel room around 3 a.m. or something like that. Now, what I believe she was referring to by this tweet was the case of Jason Barker, who was the boyfriend of Nicki's former manager, Angela, who was
Ooh, I didn't know about. I can't recall this one. I must have been hitting them 12 hours. I don't. I'm gonna see. Let me go
found
see.
murdered in 2021. Her boyfriend, Jason Barker, was arrested and charged with her murder. Now, I
Oh,
find it interesting that she brought this up too. I'm wondering if she was referring to Rock Nation somehow being involved in her death too. She then continued her rant by tweeting, "They don't want me to put out music. Me winning makes them feel like they lost. They're right. However, it didn't have to be this way. Lots of people part ways in business. They know how successful my next album is going to be. They tried signing Wayne, Drake, and me, so they keep wanting to take or stop my money simply because narcissists believe what you work hard for belongs to them, fuming because they can't siphon any more energy, money, blessings, love, grace, joy, and peace. No successful tours, just vibes and payola." As you can see, this is the practice that Rock Nation is becoming.
look at that. Look at that. Just know they got, oh, we got it. We the bomb. We run this. We run this music. Everybody gonna do what we say. And all of that kind of look. And look at the one. He's so happy to be in the clique. Y'all. Y'all being watched.
Known for gatekeeping and dishonest tactics.
I'm
They
talking
want
about
to force artists to sign with them and play their game. If the artists refuse, they come after their career in every way possible. They try to destroy these artists to make them an example of what happens when you refuse them, like they did to Tory Lanez and everyone else they're coming after right now. Nicki then continued her Twitter rant by calling out Desiree Perez, tweeting, "Desiree Perez, you got bigger fish to fry. Conspiracy, false imprisonment, civil rights violation. Oh, Rock Nation, y'all suck. Page 6, US Weekly. Nothing you will say will stop what's to come. Cry harder. I think you're going to jail, Desiree. Casino, nope." This tweet was in reference to a Page 6 article written calling Nicki Minaj broke, claiming she was losing her money over a lawsuit judgment she refused to pay to her former bodyguard. Her bodyguard sued her for assault. He was called to Nicki's dressing room and confronted her over a situation that had took place during a performance, claiming Nicki's husband attacked her. This was Nicki showing how Rock Nation utilizes the media to smear her name, showing the manipulation Rock Nation truly utilizes. She then continues to take shots at Desiree Perez, tweeting, "Hearing Desiree Perez talk about how she was begging for 40 million and was told no, it was just, oh, broke nation, how you get so effing broke? Like who in their right effing minds was signed to you? No successful tours, but vibes and bots." This was Nicki Minaj making it known that everyone is starting to figure out Rock Nation's dirty tactics.
Yeah, cause Jay-Z keep going in for loans, and they saying no, no, no. They saying no to everything. Like what's going? Also heard that you may be losing it during NFL. You know, whatever he is. That's what I heard.
She confirmed that no artist wants to sign to them because they're robbing their artists. She then ended her rant by saying that she won't be dropping her album anymore, blaming Jay-Z. As you can see, Nicki crashed out on Jay-Z and Desiree Perez, exposing their shady industry tactics and going as far as to suggest they might have something to do with D'Angelo's death. While you may be thinking this is between Nicki and Rock Nation and why should you care, that's not true. Rock Nation is taking advantage of anyone they desire. While it might be Nicki now, in the future, it could be anyone. They are literally suing a small-time blogger for exposing Megan as a liar. Rock Nation.
Yeah, and I think that was just a cover up. They was trying to find out something else. I think because there's no way they went after her. Then they started with academics. Then they started asking all these questions about Drake, and then it's just weird.
Is power hungry, and they will stop at nothing to prove they are the gatekeepers. We must all call them out and stand up against this abuse of power. Well, I'm gonna end this one here.
That's it, y'all. And y'all see where it says Rock Nation just tried to silence act. Yeah, I did. I got it. It's on here. Y'all want to see my reaction to it? It's just y'all just go on back on the truth is you'll see it. So thank y'all for coming. Please subscribe. Hit that like button. I appreciate it so much. And I'll talk to y'all later, okay? All right. Thank y'all so much.